Hello, everybody, and this is Teardown. I thought we could look at this today. It's an indie game that was released in October 2020 on Steam, and I've been having quite a bit of fun with it. It's been on my how can I say dashboard or periphery for a while. I think I heard about it exactly a year ago, around October, November of last year. And basically, what it is it's a exploration sandbox. Puzzle action kind of game, which is basically completely constructed with voxels, and everything is destructible, right? So you're, basically this thief, or how can I say, guy that takes care of shit, right? And basically, you get jobs like this is your hideout or your lair or something like that, and then you get jobs on your PC, and there's five different levels in the game that get multiply reused depending on which missions you have to go out to them, and it's generally you have to go out and you have a certain task that you have to accomplish. Um, and then you've got certain tools that you can use to do that. But like I said, the puzzle aspect, the action aspect of it comes from the fact that you uh, um, it's fully destructible, right? So, like for instance, this particular mission that I'm looking at here right now, the job is simply that you have to demolish this house, right? So you could start it out by just sort of like hammering it down with the sledgehammer, which is one of the three tools that you start with, or you can look around for what's in the map, and you can use those things. Like for instance, here, what I'm doing is I'm just lobbing these propane tanks, and you can see I just blew a hole in it. So that's basically the gist of it. It starts out almost like in a tutorial kind of mode where the tasks are fairly simple. Like I said here, this is just knocking the house down. This is the same level that I'm showing here. So there's also vehicles in the game. As you can see, I've already fucked that house up quite a bit, but there's a part there that I couldn't get down with the sledgehammer. So obviously then I go and I get um, the car, and basically just pull it down like that. So as I said, in a tutorial wise, it starts out fairly simple. It's knock down this, move this thing, that sort of thing. And you also start out with very basic tools, being the sledgehammer, a spray can, and basically a fire extinguisher being your first tools that you start with. The idea then being that as you finish these missions, you get stars, or you basically advance, and you can then get additional tools. And this ranges widely from eventually you unlock like a shotgun, you get sticky mines, all kinds of welding torch, all kinds of stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, generally speaking, you get let loose in a map, and you've got collect these three items, blow this thing up and throw this thing in the water, something like that. So other than that, I mean, it's basically then up to you how you do it, and as you play, then you start, of course, learning more about the systems, and what you can do and which tools work on what and that sort of thing. As you can see here, for instance, I mean, it's got the map as well, but here I've now tripped an alarm, so I've got X amount of time that I need to sort of accomplish mine. So it's generally speaking is this sort of fair. Now, you also in any given map you can steal, like I said, you're a thief, right? So you can steal valuables which are worth a certain amount depending on what it is that you're stealing, and this gives you an in-game currency or money basically that you also use to upgrade your tools. So allowing you to carry more shotgun bullets in, or more explosives, or that sort of thing. So that then essentially becomes your loop. You keep stealing things and so on, and buying more upgrades to your tools, while also every mission that you finish you get stars, I guess is the best way to look at it, that you then use to unlock further equipment as well. So yeah, generally, I've been having a lot of fun with this. I don't think it's a game that's going to keep you busy for 40 to 60 hours, anything like that. It is early access, so there's probably going to be some stuff that's still going to be added to it. But the replayability comes from the fact that after you finish the mission and you go on later in the game, and then you unlock some new tool or something like that, then you can of course just come back and replay that mission with the new tools that you have, which will allow you to get a better score or get to things that you couldn't get to before, and that's essentially then the loop. Like I said, there's vehicles in the game, there's cars in the game, everything, and it also allows for the full mod support out of Steam. So I've already seen some, I haven't messed around with it too much, but of course I've seen some other channels that show it, but I've also myself, had a look at some of the mods which are available, and some of the stuff is ridiculous where, you throw cannonballs at the press of a button, or, you're invulnerable. But generally speaking, the what's available in the game is already pretty, funny, and, like this kind of stuff. Like I was supposed to sink one of the houses, the house at the end there. So I figured, I was hammering away at it and everything. And then I thought, wait a minute, let me just take a boat and drive through it and see if that works. And, obviously it does work. Now, that's basically about it. I haven't finished it per se, so there's definitely some missions that I still need to do, and there's still some equipment I need to unlock, and there's obviously still some upgrades that I need to unlock. But I've gotten a good 15 to 20 hours of fun out of this already, and if this piques your interest, I can definitely tell you that physics-based puzzles and that sort of thing, if that's up your alley, then this game will be a real fucking treat for you. One other thing I do want to mention though is it is strangely a bit of a performance hog in some cases. So if you are doing crazy shit like me driving that boat through that house now or something like that, I have found situations where like I'm driving a big flatbed truck through a building or something like that and knocking down a bunch of walls and so on, and then like my PC performance basically fucking screeches to a halt or goes to a crawl. So it is a little bit thirsty in terms of resources, and definitely have a look at that. I believe there's also a demo that you can install beforehand if you just want to check it out. So it's not that you have to immediately. So here you can see the performance issue I'm talking about. I don't know if it's clearly visible, but basically as I dragged the boat onto there, and there's a lot of processing happening with the voxels, it was slowing down a little bit. But nonetheless, I thought I'd show this off. I've been, like I said, having a lot of fun with it. It's priced very well. It's obviously an indie title, and like I said, it is in early access, so there's probably going to be some stuff that's still released for it. It's very impressive. It's made by a very small team of people. I believe actually started out as just being one guy. I think it still is just one guy. I think it's maybe two, but one or two guys. But that's basically it. I just had this short little demo of gameplay there that I wanted to show you guys. If you have any questions about the game or anything like that, please go ahead and put the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. But give this a shout, or not a shout, but give this a shot if you're looking for something that's a little bit puzzly and a little bit different, and that just has amazing graphics and what they've been able to do with the physics and the voxels and everything. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you very much for joining. Thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing and liking if you do. And until next time, have a good day, have a good evening, wherever you are, and cheers.